Hey, it's Andreas, and it's time to do a series about great investors here on YouTube. Now, my personal favorite is Peter Lynch. However, I think a great way to start this series is by talking about Nancy Pelosi, since she is way more famous for being a politician in the United States, and I think this can garner a lot of interest in this series. Now, she's a politician for the Democrat Party over in the United States, and she was born in 1940. And as a politician, she earns about 210,000 American dollars a year. Now, let's say she was to earn this for 8 years and since a baby and not paying any taxes on this. Well, then she would have earned about 17 million in all of this time. Now, compare that to her net worth. We see that her net worth is 135 million American dollars. That's way off this 17 millions. So she has obviously found some way to make her money grow a lot. And that way, my friends, is investing. And she should be famous not only for being a politician, but also for her amazing investments. And we can see here that just during this pandemic period, she was able to get a return of 96% over those 3 years when everything was in lockdown. So that's basically 62 million American dollars that she was able to earn in this short time period. And what she did was that she made high risk investments into something called options. Now, for those of you who are completely new, options basically means that you have to be extremely right within an extremely short time period. Otherwise, you lose all the money that you've invested into the option. It will expire worthless. All right. These are high risk investments. All right. And what Pelosi did was that she invested in tech companies, big tech companies, Amazon, Tesla, Disney, and she was able to understand that when the whole economy is in lockdown, the consumer is not able to go to small and medium businesses to make their purchases. They will buy everything online, it will be delivered by Amazon, and thus they will have increased revenues, increased profit margins, and that's what stock prices love. So she was extremely right in a short time period, and this is what caused her to get this amazing return here in recent times. All right. And did she beat the stock market? Yes, indeed. In 2019 here, she only beat it by about 5%. However, in 2020, she did way better. And then in 2021, she underperformed the market a little bit. Now, there's been some controversy, however. She, for example, made an investment in Visa in 2008. That's the credit card company. And this was during a time where Congress was looking at legislation affecting credit card holders. And this caused a lot of controversy, and it caused a special piece of legislation to be passed called the Pelosi provision. So that basically means that today Congress members can no longer trade in IPOs. So they're a bit banned from the free market, unfortunately, in that regard. However, there's also been some controversy with her recent purchases, as a lot of antitrust legislation has come to Congress and has not been passed on these big tech companies that Pelosi has a large interest in and made a lot of money on. However, when you do great success, there's always going to be a lot of haters on the methods. No matter what you do, people will complain. And the whole meaning, the whole summary is that Speaker Pelosi here and her husband has proven themselves to be extremely strategic and successful investors. And they're sure some of their investments have synced up with important policy decisions and business news. However, if we look at the grand scale of things, they have consistently beating the stock market and at rates rivaling and even been better than some of the most famous investors that you know out there, such as Warren Buffett. And this is through options trading that Pelosi has gained this type of exposure and been extremely right in extremely short periods of time. Had she not done options trading, well, then her returns would not have been as impressive. So to summarize some strategy, what you can learn from this, if you are more of an active trader who buy and sell a lot, then perhaps you need to look at great traders such as Nancy Pelosi. You can follow her trades. As a congresswoman, she has to register everything, so you can find it online. And then you just copy the trades of people such as Nancy here, who has an amazing track record and proven herself to be one of the greatest investors of all times. All right, that's been the first installment of the series on great investors. Drop a sub, and in the next one, I will do Carl Icahn. As always, I hope you make a ton of money, whatever investments you make. Take care now. Bye bye.